Well, this is how I'll start the tour, because this happens now. The chickens, mainly Rosie, the mother hen, and Reggie, who we thought might be um, a rooster, but it turns out he's not. She's not. Well, those two come in and eat the dog's food at the back door. Eat Lola's food, don't they, Lola? Huh? So that's something we have to watch out for now. And this patch of the garden's a mess. It's just constantly wet, probably from the chickens keep going through it, but the grass looks awful. But I'm not too worried about grass. Grass isn't what I'm trying to grow. All the boards along the side there for we're doing up a jungle gym for the kids. Right, then we'll come to the greenhouse and we'll see what's going on in here. Right, we'll start in the very corner. We have our little volunteer marigold seedling, and that's what I let grow on last year, is a volunteer marigold seedling, French dwarf marigold. But it was huge. It was like a little bush around this size in here, and I loved it. It was perfect. So we're going to do the same thing again. So we've got one of its children growing on in the corner now. And then two peppers here. This, believe it or not, that one there is my best looking pepper so far. I've used a heat mat. I did them end of January, February maybe. They came up pretty quickly. I was really happy. And then this is what we've got now. That's the best looking one. The true leaf is only just starting to come up. And that one there looks a bit sad. No true leaf. They've curled around the edge. I don't know. Maybe they didn't get enough light. I don't use lamps. I just sit them in a south facing window. Maybe that's not enough. Maybe this is the last time I'll grow peppers. I don't know. The garlic in here, at least, is looking great. Yeah, we did the garlic in the greenhouse last year. Well, those two don't look good. And it worked really, really well. They don't take up much space. They can grow in here when most of the other stuff hasn't really started growing yet. So it's not, the area's not being used anyway. So why not do it in here? Yeah. And then I sowed some old peas, pea seeds earlier on, and only if that's that's the best looking one. Only a few came up. There was a whole row, the whole way across. There's another one. The entire way down, I had a football net going up to train them up, but they only very few of them even germinated. But I've just left it because there's no need to pull it out. Cucumber seedling went in. He's not looking too happy. But it did get to 2.5 in here. So obviously cucumber would like it warmer than that. A lot warmer than that. So maybe I put them out too soon, but I don't know. I suppose I'm impatient. I'm tough love on my plants. Right, strawberries in here. The plants are looking amazing. Look at the leaves on that. Well, I'm saying that. I hope that's not a deficiency. I think that's just the way the leaves look on this particular straw. I think that's gorgeous. And woohoo! Started flowering. Just need some bees in here now to pollinate. And another big, beautiful strawberry plant. Really happy with these in here. I might just keep growing them. Yeah, why not? If they grow super well in here and they really like it, I might just let them grow the whole way around. And then I think I'm going to put some more outside as well after this year. More on that later. Oh, and we've got the lovely big chard. It was eaten really far back by the chickens when they got their way in here, but it's looking gorgeous again now. Again, just let it keep going. and a little tiny one that doesn't look too happy there, but it is coming back. Oh yeah, look, cucumber seedling in there, dead. He's not coming back. One there, still coming up. One, go that way. No. Yeah, maybe got a bit cold for him. And again, some peppers. Some peppers that look very sad. In here, then, we've got a few little seedling pots. Nothing's come up yet, but I'm not worried. It was only a few days ago that I did those. There's some squashes in there, some runner beans, some sunflowers. I think. Yeah, it's the not courgettes. We don't eat courgettes, so I'm not growing any. But trying a few like winter squashes. So small pumpkins. I think it was uchikori, ichikori, red ichikori, something like that, and Melhouse. I think probably got it wrong, but yeah, growing those, see how they go. I'd love to be able to grow squashes and us eat them. If we don't like these ones for any reason, then we'll just use them as pumpkins, and I'll not grow winter squashes again. Next in the corner here, I do not remember what these three brassica plants are. I'm guessing purple sprouting broccoli, but they're starting to look really good now. I'm really happy with that. They're coming back as well. I don't even know what they're going to do or when they're going to do it, so it's just an experiment leaving them. This corner, we've got some alyssum, sweet alyssum, that has self-seeded from last year again. And we've actually got some starting to flower. I love that. The smell of that stuff is just like honey, and I am obsessed with honey. Have it on everything. So, yeah, I like that. And here we've a bit of a story. It's a mixed tray. We'll call it a mixed tray. It's some peppers in there, and this here I think is the cucamelon coming through. It looks very, very white there, but it's more yellow. Yeah, I think it's the cucamelon seedlings. So I planted cucamelons, and then it was a long, long time, and they didn't come up. Sowed them rather. They didn't come up, and I thought, oh, they must be duds. They're not going to work. I'll sow some more peppers in here because I wasn't happy with how my peppers were doing. But it looks like the peppers have started to come up, and the cucamelons are coming up from the reused soil. So we'll see what happens there. And then these three pots, I can't even remember. I think they were sunflowers. Yeah. 2 sunflowers and another cucumber. I had space that I didn't get planted. Maybe I should have left him in the house for safety. Oh well. And then we have, what was that? Cabbage. Look, it's a good label, that, isn't it? You can clearly see what that says. Cabbage. I actually think it's cauliflower now. But whatever it is, that's what's in there, and they look pretty, well, they're starting to turn colour a bit. They don't look as happy anymore. Might be time to get them out somewhere. Don't know where. What's in here? Oh yeah, the kids wanted to help. One day they said about planting popcorn. So that's what's in there. I said, well, it's a bit early, but because you want to help, let's do it. So we'll try them and see how. Hopefully that it's warm enough now for them. We'll see. And then at the back, apple tree saplings are looking really, really good. I'm happy with those. Again, I don't know how big of a tree that's going to grow. Probably going to be, like, I doubt it's a tree with a small rootstock. Obviously, I've not put it on one. It's just come up from seed. But I don't know how vigorous of a tree it's going to be. Yeah, so we'll see.
And it's raining now, no surprise. It just rains all the time now, doesn't it? At the moment. Oh well, should be used to it. In here, there should be some potatoes coming through. It doesn't get much sun, so it's probably not quite warm enough. In fact, the ground's breaking a bit there. I'd say that's the potato coming up from underneath. Here's a little broccoli seedling we planted out. I dotted a few around the garden just to see how they do in different places. And then with the raspberries here, they're looking fantastic. I'm really, really happy with that. And then blueberry bush, not looking healthy because I've only just got all these fences built. Yeah, just a simple fence just to keep the chickens out because they were pecking all the leaves off these things. So that's why it doesn't look too good. And then, really happy with this as well. We have the asparagus planted from seed last year, and then I planted the crowns that I grew from them at the end of the summer. And most of them are coming up. I think I've counted 9, it looks like, so far. So that's fantastic. In fact, that might be a tiny. Where are you? There you are. That might be a tiny one there. That might be number 10. Awesome. Another blueberry here. Yeah, looks a bit better than the other one, but very bare around the bottom. In that sorry looking pot, that's a dahlia. Again, I've just had to put it behind the fence because it looked like it was coming through again. And it had been picked by the chickens, so as everything else is. Happy with how this is looking. 3 lettuce up the middle, some chard on the right hand side, then spinach on the left. They'll probably a bit too close, a bit too much in there, but then with our hawthorn tree that we got from my friends in England for when our son passed away. So I love to see that come through in the spring. Yeah, it's just great. And then I was thinking about taking off these few lower branches because I'd like it to be a taller tree, not like a bush. And when I looked up about doing that, it said just to leave them for the first 5 years or so to really establish themselves, and then see where we're at. Don't take so much energy away by pruning it now. And then along here we have a mix of potatoes, and I've dropped a few more of these broccoli seedlings in. I just want to see where they work and where they don't. So there's 1 or 2 in every bed. And the potatoes are starting to sprout here, which is great. In fact, I might start, well, not yet, but I might top them with a bit of horse manure that I've got. Maybe that's a thought for another time. In this bed, I'm happy to see the rose bush that I really hacked back is still alive and growing from underneath. So yeah, happy with that. And then we do actually have some strawberries trying to grow again. So hopefully they come back because I did enjoy having the strawberries in here before the chickens ate them all. And then speaking of the chickens, there's the hutch. They, as you can see, are out all day, which is why I've had to build the fences. I thought rather than fencing the chickens in, let's fence the veg in, and we'll do it that way because me, my wife, and the kids love to see the chickens roaming around the garden. They're hilarious. You can sit and watch them. Who needs Netflix or Disney? Just watch the chickens. So we have we're lucky enough that all of them have started laying, which is brilliant. I've had a few egg issues, like soft-shelled eggs recently, so I've just put in some cuttlefish bone, which they haven't started using yet, but I sort of broke it up a bit on the end, and hope they'd start pecking away at it, but they haven't yet, so we'll see. So I also got some smashed oyster shell in there, because that's apparently a good source of vitamin D. For vitamin D, it's calcium. Of the calcium, yeah, good source of calcium for them, which might have been the problem for the soft-shelled eggs. And you can see we've got one in here. Now that's the favourite. The pink one's the favourite. This one's second best. This second option. And I was going to look in here, but we have Reggie laying. Hi, girl. You okay? You good, babe? Oh, she looks mad. Peekaboo. Just one. She's probably sat on a couple. Speaking of good things to watch in the garden, I'm so happy with this. I love it so much, and it's such a fitting tribute to our son. Whenever I come and do a bit of maintenance on this, it feels like I'm looking after my son in a way that I never got to. And that's so special. And I could just sit and watch this all day. Look at how, I forgot what they're called, water marigolds? Something like that. Marsh marigolds. They're just absolutely popping off. It's lovely to see. We do have a couple of fish in there, 3 fish, and about 3 frogs that are regularly around. But they usually come out. Well, the frogs always at night, and the fish mostly at night too. I'm hoping that changes in the summer. It'd be nice to see them swimming around. And then on this side, we have what's left of an azalea. It doesn't look like that's going to flower this year. The chickens, they just peck at everything. And we've got climbing rose there, gorgeous orange climbing rose. It was done amazingly over the last year. And it's clearly grown a lot already this year. So I think that could be huge. It'd be nice for it to fill that gap. And up there a bit, 'cause it's a bit sad looking, and some beautiful roses would look good. And we've also got clematis. Is it clematis? Gosh, I don't know. That one. We're trying to climb that up into this area. Gorgeous white flowers on that one. Yeah, just want to fill this gap with some beauty. And then here, a small rose bush from my friends. And I've had to cage it off to make sure the chickens don't pack away too much at it. Yeah, I took a few branches off it that were a bit dead looking. So I took them off, so hopefully that perks up a bit. And another empty azalea there. Right, I'll move on to this one then. This is sort of my oldest bed in a sense. This is the one I started and growing any crops in. So this one's the best soil. Now what we've got, I think that was echinacea coming up again that I planted from seed and transplanted into there. along with some big field beans. I planted these in maybe January or something, but they only just started coming up. And this is at the point where I don't really want them growing there now, but I'm just going to leave them, see what happens, and then when other stuff goes in here, they're taking up too much space, then I'll just chop them. So they're not doing any harm. So we'll just leave it for now and see what happens. Yeah, so just a lot of field beans coming up at the moment. And then got 5 broccoli seedlings down at this side. They're all looking healthy enough. I think these ones will do the best, because this soil's so good. Well, this soil's the best of all the beds so far. Yeah, we've got some sweet peas planted at the corner of this, whatever you want to call it, teepee pyramid thing. Yeah, sweet peas don't look too good, but I hope they just perk up and start tearing away at the corners of these. Got to put some runner beans in here as well, just on the corners. We're not going to eat the runner beans. They're more just nice to look at. And then in here, you can just about see some peas just sprout in there. So it's like a dwarf pea. You don't have to trellis it. It doesn't have to climb up anything. So it should just grow straight up to about 2 foot, I think it said. So about up to there, a whole load of like bush beans under there. So we'll see how that works out. Another echinacea in the corner of that. And then on this side, remember we made this bed? And then again fenced it off. That fencing, by the way, is just bits of wood that we had in the garage anyway. Because whenever Home Base was closing down near us, they had a sale on, just to get rid of stuff. So we went and we picked up bits of wood and things that we could find really, really cheap that we knew we'd probably use someday. So that's where they're from. And then again, the fencing ended up being cheaper because the shop that took over Home Base was closing down the garden centre side of it. So they're having a sale on there. Yeah, that's the way to do it. So in this one, I've got a few lettuce in the corner, some lovely weeds popping up, and then onions. They were multi-sown, but some there's only 1 left, some there's 2. I know I've put them quite close together, but I've never had... I keep saying never, like I've been doing this a long time, only been a couple of years, but I haven't got onions to grow well for me in the past. So I don't want them taking up too much space because I don't have too much hope. In here, not started sprouting yet, any of them, but I have 6 Scorzonera seedlings planted. I really want to give it a go. I don't want to describe it as a perennial carrot, but you can eat the roots of it. And that's the best way I can describe it at the moment. So we're going to give that a go, see if we like it. If we don't, I'll just get rid of them. If we do, I've got more seedlings that we can use. Across the front there, some leftover chard and spinach. You okay, fella? And then some pea seedlings along here as well, just a row of them. I like having a bit, as you can see, I like having a bit of mix of things in one bed. I don't like having singular beds for stuff. I like to mix it all up because there's the onions at that side too. They look a bit healthier. And another little experiment on this side. Everywhere there's a little stick is some Good King Henry seedlings. So we're going to give that a go as well. Yeah, I think we'll leave it there for today. This video has been long enough, and I don't want you all getting bored. So I'll save the rest for another day. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.